A little closer to home, the impact of the conflict in Iran is being felt right here in Houston. And this past weekend, hundreds of protesters rallied peacefully in the streets in the Gallery area. Take a look at this. Supporters stood in solidarity with the Iranian people protesting against the current regime. So this morning, I'm joined by one of those community organizers who was right there in the midst of that protest, Brian Taif, and to weigh in on the impact of what's being felt here in Houston. And Brian, thank you so much for being here. I know this is a very emotional time for the Iranian people in Iran, but also here in this community. Tell us why, for those who may not be following, why this is so important, not only to Iranians or Iranian Americans who are here, but also for all of us here in the United States.
First of all, thank you for having me and covering this issue. What's happening on the ground in Iran right now is crimes against humanity. The numbers of deaths in Iran during the last 120-30 hours is not that Iran has never seen that. The world has not seen that in modern era. We have Yemen that we can use, Libya that we can use, Syria that we can use. That every time there were uprising that was suppressed at this scale, the numbers we heard yesterday was 12,000 people dead. The number today is roughly around 20,000 people dead.
20,000 people no longer on this planet alive.
Yes, ma'am.
Serious, in just the past 12, 24, 48 hours.
So they shut down the internet about 120, 130 hours ago.
Okay.
The death toll before the internet was shut down was in the tens. It was like 60 or 70. From 130 hours ago till now, there's about 20,000 people that have been murdered. This scale of escalation has, to my knowledge, hasn't happened in modern times. And the only time that we can go back to that is the Rwanda genocide. So these crimes against humanity is like quickly bordering the line of genocide in Iran. And every time that the world witnesses something like this, if you stand idly by and don't say anything, the repercussions down the line, how this domino affects the whole region in the Middle East, it's going to be unmeasurable.
And all of this is centered right now on the current regime, the government, the religious regime that is currently governing Iran at this point. And not just the economic impacts, but as you said, the human rights impacts and so on and so forth continue. That's why you continue to protest.
Absolutely. This is a regime that suppressed our own people for the last 47 years. Every Iranian that you see outside of Iran, we are in exile for a reason, one or another. But this government has been murdering their own people, has been imprisoning their own people.
Why?
They're religious radicals. Not that they just do that in Iran. They export terror all around the Middle East, Africa. They even work with the cartels down in Mexico. So anywhere that they can create chaos, they're the regime of death. So death and destruction.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what is also your big concern? Because now we've heard that the Iranian government is saying that it's going to do public executions. It's threatening public executions of its own people. That's
one of my biggest fears, because as the last numbers we know, there's about 25,000 political prisoners. That was before the uprising.
And before the internet shut down,
yes.
too. Okay.
So God knows what those numbers look like. If they start executing 25,000 people, and they have the ability, and they've shown throughout history that they're willing to do it, they're willing to stay in power at whatever cost, and life, humanity doesn't matter to this regime.
So we have about a minute and a half. What can we do here in the United States to support our fellow sisters and brothers from Iran, who are Iranian Americans or those who are in exile here? What can we do to help in this?
I think America in general has an obligation to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. President Trump made that very clear by tweeting, saying that, hey, we are with you. And when the moment comes that the Islamic Republic turns their weapon on you and starts shooting protesters on the street like they are today, we will support you. I think we have an obligation to reach out to our representatives and tell them this is the regime that not just only kills Iranian people inside of Iran today, they're directly responsible for the murder of over 1,000 American soldiers in Iraq and all around the globe. They're the regime of death and destruction. So we have an obligation to stand up with the people of Iran who are being shot with high-caliber machine guns in the streets. You can't fight the regime on your own. We need some sort of assistance from NATO, U.S., the allies. This is the moment that would define history, in my view, for decades to come.
Now, we have only about 10, 15 seconds, but where can people find more information about the organization that you are supporting and protest, or anything else that they can learn to help you guys out?
The person that's leading the charge in all of this is the Crown Prince of Iran, the son of the late Shah of Iran. And the revolution of '79, people are basically saying, let's go back to the good old days, where our heritage, our history, all of that mattered, and we were not a religious radical country.
And is there a website that he currently has that people are following, or just following him online?
Follow him online. He's on all platforms. His name is Reza Pahlavi.
All right.
So you can find him on Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms that's out there.
Well, Brian Tayev, thank you so much for being here, for explaining this in layman's terms. So now people understand what's going on, and anything else that comes up, please just let us know.
Thank you for covering this. I appreciate you.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
ma'am.
and all the best.